Well, Andrea, the international intrigue surrounding the brutal murder of Jamal Khashoggi continues to captivate the world, and we heard from the EU leaders that they believe that there's still additional questions that have to be answered in a transparent process, and that was the key word, as we saw here in the meeting between the foreign chief of the European Union and the foreign minister of the Turkish Republic, Mevlut Çavuşoğlu. It's all about transparency. It's clear that both sides believe that additional questions need to be answered, although it was interesting to hear the EU saying that they are adamantly against capital punishment. And although we have seen the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia reporting that they are going to slate for execution 5 individuals that were involved in the murder, the brutal killing of Jamal Khashoggi, we heard from the Turkish foreign minister as well that they believe that those members who have been implicated and are being detained by the Saudi government should be tried in Turkey, given that the murder happened on Turkish sovereign soil. So it seems that all the world's eyes are still right now on what Saudi Arabia will do next, given the international outcry on the brutal murder of Jamal Khashoggi. We've heard also from the Saudi foreign minister saying that that Saudi Arabia does continue to cooperate with Turkey on this issue, although that the question of whether or not Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, was involved in their murder is absolutely out of bounds. But we're going to have to continue to wait and see as additional meetings are expected between the EU and Turkey, in which the issue of the brutal murder of Jamal Khashoggi is going to be front and center.
And speaking of additional meetings, Oubai, we're actually getting reports now from Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's spokesman, who says that President Erdogan will actually try to meet with the Crown Prince at the G20 summit in 8 days' time in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
That is absolutely going to be a fascinating meeting when that happens. Mohammed bin Salman is the crown prince. He is not the king of Saudi Arabia, but he's essentially the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia. And the central question here is, what was the chain of command at the highest echelons in Saudi Arabia behind the order to get behind the murder of Jamal Khashoggi? The Crown Prince has denied that he is involved. Saudi officials have denied that they are involved. We have heard from Turkey that they believe that the order came from the highest echelons, although Turkey has been very careful not to implicate by name the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia in terms of involvement behind the killing. We've heard from Turkish officials praising King Salman, the king of Saudi Arabia, as he is known as Saudi Arabia, as the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, saying that they're hoping for additional cooperation so that this meeting in Argentina between the President Erdogan and the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia should prove to be absolutely crucial on the next chapter of this terrible saga and what type of cooperation Saudi Arabia will provide Turkey as the investigation continues.
Okay. Oubai, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you so much for that.